You know when you constantly walk around on eggshells, but you actually didn't do anything wrong. It's just because he's moody or suspicious or low-key kind of competitive with you. Like somehow your confidence makes him shrink instead of shine. His insecurities really might not be your fault at all, but it sure hell becomes like your problem if it does go unchecked. My name is Sascha Haert, and for the last decades, I've been helping women navigate the wild and the wonderful and the sometimes maybe even frustrating world of love, dating, and relationship. And today I want to talk about something that affects way too many women. Smart, successful, emotionally intelligent women who find themselves constantly drained, doubting themselves, or questioning the very relationship they once felt safe in. So I want to talk about the 7 signs his insecurities is actually messing with your relationship and how to handle it like a strong, grounded woman that obviously you are. Point number 1, he constantly needs reassurance. It starts off cute. He asks if you still love him, if you're still happy, if you find him still attractive, and like, yeah, that's all sweet. First few times maybe. But then it becomes a pattern. Like he needs this constant validation, like daily performance reviews of your love. This isn't about affection anymore. It's about emotional outsourcing. He's relying you to regulate his self-worth. And that gets so exhausting really fast. How do you handle this? You need to set some boundaries. Let him know you're here to love him, not to babysit his self-esteem though. Encourage him to explore his own insecurities with therapist, a coach, journaling, whatever. But you need to remind him your job is to love him, not to constantly prove him. Point number 2, he gets jealous over the weirdest things. You smiled too much when you know the waiter complimented your earrings. You laughed a little bit too hard at this guy's joke. Jealousy isn't always about love. It's about control, fear, and ego. And when a man is insecure, your freedom, your joy, your glow feels threatening to him. So what do? 1, we don't dim our light to soothe his shadows. Address the jealousy, name it, and call it out. Hey, I noticed you got really weird after I posted that pic. What's going on? Be open, but stand on your ground. You're allowed to shine. Ladies, stop chasing men. Even when he pulls back or loses interest, or you feel like he's slipping away from you, what you do in that moment can make all the difference between him feeling like you're just like all the other women he's ever met, or it can make him feel like you're so unique and special and exactly the type of woman he wants something real with, causing him to chase you, to invest in you, and prove to you that he is the right man for you. You know, there's this 12-word text message that you can send to a man that gets his attention almost immediately and makes him realize that it was a mistake to pull away from you in the first place. And if you want to find out what that 12-word text message is, then I highly recommend you check out this brand new video that I created for you. I linked it in the description below. Just click the link, and now let's go back to the video. Sign number 3, he downplays your achievements. You know, maybe you got a promotion, you know, maybe a raise, and suddenly he gets like really quiet, or worse, he's making it about him. Must be nice to have a job people care about, right? That's not support, to be honest. That's subtle sabotage. When a man is secure, your wins feels like a win for him. But when he's insecure, he treats your success like a threat. So don't shrink, celebrate yourself unapologetically. If he can clap for you without it being about him, you have a much bigger problem, because we're not competing with each other. We're actually here to celebrate each other and championing each other. Point number 4, he keeps score. You forgot to text back once, so he ignores you for days. You went out with friends, and now he's flirting with someone on Instagram just to see how it feels. The insecurity turns relationships into like a scoreboard, and that's not love, that's really emotional chess. So refuse to play that. Let him know that it's not a tit-for-tat type of behavior, and it's quite immature and damaging to the relationship. We're not in a competition. I'm not trying to win, you're not trying to win, we're trying to build something together, right? Number 5, he doesn't trust you, even though you've given him no reasons to not trust you. He questions who you're texting with, where you've been, or why it took you so long to reply. He jokes about putting a tracker on your phone, and suddenly you're explaining yourself constantly. That's not cute. That's emotional control. We need to say very clearly, trust is the foundation of any relationship. And if you can't give that to me, we need to talk about why. And don't get caught up in this trap of proving your innocence. This isn't a courtroom here. This is supposed to be a partnership. And if he cannot trust you, that's the biggest thing that really needs to be addressed, right? Number 6, he criticizes you, but it's kind of disguised as like, you know, I'm just being honest. Maybe you should wear something a little bit more flattering. Are you really gonna eat all of this? You're too emotional. No wonder why people walk all over you. Ladies, this isn't honesty. It's insecurity dressed up in manipulation, really. Call it what it is. That felt more like a put down than feedback, to be honest. What's going on with you? Draw a line. You deserve kindness and respect, especially in the way someone speaks to you. Number 7, he can't handle your boundaries. When you say no, it becomes a problem. When you ask for space, he guilt trips you. When you assert your needs, he makes it about how you're abandoning him. He sees boundaries as a rejection, not because they are, but because of his self-worth. Probably because it's too fragile to handle your independence. You need to continue to be clear. I'm not pulling away, I'm just setting some healthy limits. That's what makes relationships thrive. If he still resists, ask yourself, is he truly capable of loving the whole me? Or is he just capable to love the version of me that doesn't say no to him? A secure man, a good man, he adds peace to your life, not pressure. He celebrates your glow. He doesn't compete with you. He stands beside you, not on top of you, like trying to play like the superior game. And he's also not behind you or he's just right next to you. Insecurity isn't a flaw, it's a wound. We know that. It's not your job to take care of the bleeding for someone to heal. So if you notice any of these signs, it doesn't mean like you have to run unless you want to, obviously. But it does mean it's time for some honest, uncomfortable conversations with him and maybe even with yourself. Because we need to understand, no one is too confident, too successful, too radiant, too powerful. You're just too real for a man who hasn't quite figured out how to love a woman who fully knows her self-worth. And if no one told you this lately, that type of a woman that I just described is absolutely worth loving exactly as she is. For more videos, you subscribe to this channel if it resonates. Like this video, comment in the comments below, let me know what you think. Maybe there's another sign that I missed or something else that you would like to add to this, and then I'll see you in the next one.